Hey, what is up, guys? It is N-Strike Pro here. Today we have a cheap review on the Buzzbee Air Warriors Airmax Baron. I already tried this review and it ended out 10 minutes long, and I don't think you guys need to hear me talk about this thing for 10 minutes. So yeah. Attempt number 2, let's go. So, starting at the front, there's 2 barrels. You simply load in the darts like that. The darts that came with are actually not that bad. Considering I bought this at Cub Foods for $4.50, I just happened to see it on the shelf. Yeah, this was a $4 pistol, essentially. I know people have found them for cheaper than $4.50, but it was right there, and 50 cents isn't exactly a whole lot, especially these days. And yeah, these are the darts it came with. I thought they were going to be pathetically cheap because it's $4.50, but the darts are not actually that bad. I do like them. I don't know if I like them better than the Nerf Mega Darts. They certainly are a lot more accurate, which is good, but I don't think they go as far. Range. They do stick out like this. That's the furthest in I could get them. Yeah, I don't think that's a very good decision personally. I think you should have the barrels as long as the darts are, because, for example, if you were to just throw this in a holster or something and leave the darts in it, you could compress the foam on your darts, and that's ruining your darts. That is ruining your ammo, which I would not recommend doing. Up top's the priming handle. To prime, you pull back. The prime weight is very heavy. I do have a complaint about that. I'll tell you in a second. But yeah, I'll take the darts out. And yeah, this thing has a lot of power to it. It's very loud when you dry fire. It does have an air restrictor, but it's still, you can hear the huge plunger tube in this. But yeah, the top priming is fine, pretty comfortable. The handle is absolutely terrible. This piece of plastic is very bad. It doesn't allow me to hold the grip very well, and the handle's just very small. The trigger feels fine. It's a normal spring trigger. But when you're priming, because the prime weight is so heavy, you're putting all that force into this part right here of your hand, which doesn't feel very good at all. It'll begin to hurt after about 10 minutes of using this gun. I fired probably 50 shots through this gun, and yeah, it's just absolutely annoying. Every time I go to fire this, it's just so annoying and stuff when you're priming a really heavy prime weight and you have your hand right here and it's priming against your hand. I don't like that. I know in a normal Nerf gun, you are putting, when you're priming like this, you're putting force into the back of your hand here. But with how heavy this spring is and with how uncomfortable this handle is, it's just an absolutely unbearable force, I think they should either make a comfier grip or lower prime weight, but I don't know if a lower prime weight would be that good, because then that would mean they have less of a spring in here, which would suck. So yeah, I think the handle is garbage. It's not as bad as the Wizard handle, but it's still pretty bad. I definitely not recommend using this over a long period of time, because your hand will hurt after a while, because this piece of plastic here it's so bad. Very uncomfortable, the handle. See, I'll load and fire. So yeah, as you can see, it does switch barrels on its own. It is not a smart AR system, but it internally rotates, which sucks, but it does it anyway. And as you can see, this thing does have quite a bit of power. I don't think it's quite as much as the Roto Fury or the Cyclone Shock, but it still has a decent amount of power. And it does fire these Nerf Mega Darts, which is amazing. And yeah, the Nerf Megas are a little bit better. I have range tested this gun. It shoots around 30 to 40 feet at an angle, which isn't that bad of range, especially considering you have a pistol that shoots Mega Darts, and it has a pretty large plunger tube and a decent spring. I think the air restrictors are taking a lot of the performance out of this thing. But yeah. Anyway, so what do I think about this gun? I think it's a very solid option, very cheap. It's pretty small. Compared to a Triad, it is a lot longer. But again, this whole space in here is the plunger. It's huge. Not nearly as big as a long shot, but it's a pretty big plunger tube in here. So yeah, I think having 2 shots, 2 mega shots is really good. However, I'm going to load the bottom barrel right now and prime. And as you can see, I didn't fire that time. So then I got to prime it again to actually shoot the bottom barrel, which I think is very inefficient. I think it would be a lot better if Buzzbee were to adapt some sort of smart AR technology or make this an actual revolver with a few barrels on the front. So yeah, I like how most Nerf guns will have smart AR systems, so if you were to just throw a dart in any barrel, it would shoot. But on this one, it doesn't have that. So if you were to just throw a dart in, you don't know if it'll fire, which is a very big disappointment. Other than that, and the handle, the rest of this gun is pretty solid. Priming handle is pretty decent. The spring in this thing, unmodified, is really good. And you could almost justify just buying a ton of these to take the springs out of them, because they are like $4 each. So yeah, I think this is a very solid option for you guys to get. If you are a lot younger, this handle would be very comfortable. I have huge hands, so yeah, I hate this handle. It's very uncomfortable. But I think for most people, this handle should be alright. Especially most younger people who will be nerfing with this. Anyway guys, that's about it. I do like this gun. Thank you guys for watching.